Okay. 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 Are you able to listen? Okay. My voice is audible. Deepa.
Sir, audible, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I will start the class. Okay. In the last class, we discussed about the summary tables. Here also, we are discussing the sum. We are starting with the summary tables, and then we are going for the next classes. Here, what is actually the summary table is? We are summarizing the large amounts of data which is available in a vector, matrix, or data frame. Two types of summary tables are there. They are contingency tables or complex contingency tables. Now, this is what is actually a contingency table is. This is particularly useful when you have a large number of observations and you want to condense the data into a smaller format. It is very, very useful. What is actually the complex or a flat table is a type of contingency table that is useful when creating just one single table as opposed to multiple ones. In contingency table, we are creating multiple tables, but here in the flat table, we create only one table that will be sufficient to represent all the values which are available in the table, large amounts of the table. Now, these are the two types of tables we are creating: contingency tables as well as complex tables. Okay. Comes to the making contingency tables. Already in the last class also we discussed about this one, creating contingency tables from vectors. If you use the sorting, it can display like this. Now if you use the grays like this one, these are the two types of tables we are using, data to as well as grays. In data to, this is the thing, it will be displayed like this. Now if you use the table command for this one, it will display like this: MOW as well. MOW 5 times it is appearing, and UNMOW it appearing 4 times. Now coming to the complicated data, how we are creating the complicated data by using the tables or table command. Here if you are taking the this as a grass as this one, rich and grass. Now this is about the information which is available in the grass. If you use the command like this, table of grass, it can display like this. Already we discussed about in the last class. Rich, MOW and UNMOW. This is about the grass. Here 7 is appearing in the UNMOW. It can specify 1. 7 అనేటువంటిది మనకు UNMOW లో ఉంటే అది 1 స్పెసిఫై వస్తుంది. అదే 7 MOW లో లేదు కాబట్టి 0 స్పెసిఫై వస్తుంది. ఆల్రెడీ లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ కమ్స్ టు ద selecting columns to use in a contingency table. This same command we are using to create columns. Now normally data frames are created. Data frames are the vectors, collection of vectors. It is especially column based collection of vectors. If you use the table like this, it can display the error. Now we can specify the table by using table of some data frame name as well as dollar and some vector name. Now this is about the table we are displaying by using the dollar symbol. Now comes to the with command. It is very, very useful command. This is used to apply the table command whichever columns or whichever vectors you want. Now comes to this one, width of PW. This is the data frame name, and then comes to the table of height comma some water. Now this is about the column wise height is there, and then row wise some waters we are specifying. This is water levels of high, low and mid. These are the values. If you 5 is available in the low, it can display 1 in the low column. Now, same thing. And then comes to the next topic, creating contingency tables from matrix objects. Just some table command uses some data frame key. You can directly use the same thing, same command for the matrix objects also. Now this is about the one of the matrix board. Some number of rows are there, blackboard or something. Some set of columns are there. These are the values which are available in the matrix. Every matrix is having similar type of values. The matrix, all the matrix values are of the same type of values. Now comes to this one. When you use the table command, you get the following result. If you are using the table command for the matrix, now it can display the output like this: 0 appearing 9 number of times, 2 is appearing 4 number of times, 3 appearing 2 number of times, and so on. 50 is appearing 1 number of times. Now comes to the, here also we are using dollar convention does not work based on the what is actually the matrices. Why? Because dollar, the matrix is a single object. It contains the collection of values or making rows and columns, but it is not a collection of objects. Data frame is the collection of objects or collection of vectors, but matrix is not the collection of vectors or collection of something. Just it is arranged like this only. It is a single object which contain many number of values. Now by using the table command also we can specify, that is a first row, or here we are not specifying any row, we are specifying one column and then second column. Just we are specifying these two are the names for the first column as well as second column. And then the previous, already we discussed about the previous commands. Now coming to the rotating data frames. T is the command here we are using. T is the command which is used to transpose the data frames. Now what is actually the transpose here is, the rows becomes the columns and columns becomes the rows. For that purpose we are using the T command. This is also called as the transpose command or transpose. Here is the already one table is there, FW is the data frame is available. It contains basically two columns, count and speed. Now these two columns becomes the number of rows. These two columns becomes number of rows. Next, coming to the next subtopic, selecting parts of a table object. It is also very useful one. A table is a special sort of matrix, and you deal with the tables in similar ways to matrix objects. We can easily deal with the tables also similar to the matrix or data frames. We can extract various elements of a table object, various elements of the table object, just a table object, exactly as you would for matrix object. In the following activity, just we are showing the all the what is actually the contingency table on table behaves. Now coming to the now here just PW is the table we are using. It is available within the beginning dot or data activity. Here the first one is use the PW data frame as the starting point for the contingency tables. Here we are creating pw.tab. It is equal to with. Already we discussed about the with command. It is especially useful for making the commands, for applying the commands based on the data frames as well as matrices. Width of pw comma table of height comma water. Here we are applying the command which is completely based on height comma water. Now if you see the output like this, this is view the resulting contingency table pw.tab. Here the column is the height values we are specifying. In the row type, just water is there, just high, low, mid. 5 is available in low, 6 is available 2 times in the low, 7 is available 1 time in the low, 9 is available 1 time, like this. Now next one. Now display only the first three rows of the contingency table. Now coming to this one, pw dot tab of 1:3 comma some space is there. Here in this one, the first one is specified for the number of rows, comma, the second one is specified for the number of columns. What type of column we are selecting? Here first one is for especially number of rows. Here 1:3 means just we are selecting from the table, we are selecting only 1 to 3 rows only. Here 1 to 3 rows means actually 5, 6, 7. The columns comes to the same similar columns are there, high, low and middle. Now the number of rows we are specifying 5, 6, 7. Only just 3 rows we are selecting is from the table. That is called as PW. Now coming to the converting an object into a table. Just already we are having some set of objects. Different types of objects are there, vectors are there, matrices are there, data frames are there, some sort of lists are there. So same thing. But here we are making the tables from the vectors only, vectors, matrices and data frames only. We are not considering the lists for the purpose of this one. Now coming to this one, we can convert an object into a table by using the as.table command. If it is already a matrix, because they are very similar to objects, we can easily convert the matrices into the tables, but we are unable to create directly the data frames into the tables. అంటే matrices ని మనం ఈజీగా ఏంటంటే దీనిలో కన్వర్ట్ చేయగలుగుతాం, అంటే టేబుల్స్గా కన్వర్ట్ చేయగలుగుతాం. ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ సింగులర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్. వాటిని ఎలా కావాలంటే అలా మనం చూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, వాటిని పెర్ఫామ్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళొచ్చు. అలాగే కమ్స్ టు ద డేటా, దట్ మీన్స్ డేటా ఫ్రేమ్స్ని మనం డైరెక్ట్గా క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి లేదు. ఫస్ట్ మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఆ డేటా ఫ్రేమ్స్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకొని అండ్ దెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు కన్వర్ట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ టు ద టేబుల్స్. If you have a data frame, however, you must convert it into the matrix first and then convert that into the table. ఇక్కడ మీకు క్లియర్గా ఈ ప్రాసెస్ ఐడియా ఉండాలి. జస్ట్ వీ కెన్ ఈజీలీ కన్వర్ట్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ vectors to the tables as well as the matrix to the tables, and then already we discussed about the how we can create the vectors to the tables. Now here in this class, this time we are discussing about the how we are converting the matrix into a table, how we are converting the data frame into a table. As.table is the command which is used to convert the objects from directly from matrix to the tables. But we want to convert the data frame into the table means we have to convert first it into the matrix and then convert directly into the table. Now this is about the thing as.table. Here we are using MF is the data frame. MF is the data frame. If you are using the data frame directly as.table means it can display the error message. But here we are using or we are converting first MF into the matrix first. As.matrix is the command already we discussed. As.matrix is there, as.data frame is there, as.list is there. These are used to convert the objects into the matrix or objects into the data frames or objects into the some set of things we are using. Here MF is the data frame. We are unable to convert the data frames directly into the tables. MF first converted into the matrix and then converted into the table. First of all, it will be worked. As.matrix of MF means MF is converted into the matrix first. If the MF contains mixed values, those values are converted into the single data type. It is either character or numeric or something, floating point values or something, and then from that matrix only we are able to convert it into the table. Table look మనం కన్వర్ట్ చేయగలుగుతున్నాం. అంటే మ్యాట్రిక్స్ నుంచి కానీ టేబుల్లోకి డైరెక్ట్గా కన్వర్ట్ చేయడం అనేటువంటిది పాసిబుల్ కాదు. అలాగే మ్యాట్రిక్స్ నుంచి కన్వర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు, కానీ డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ నుంచి టేబుల్కి డైరెక్ట్గా మనం కన్వర్ట్ చేయలేం. అందువల్ల మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే ఫస్ట్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్లోకి వాల్యూస్ని తెచ్చుకోవాలి. డేటా ఫ్రేమ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు మ్యాట్రిక్స్లోకి తెచ్చుకోవాలి. ఒకవేళ మిక్స్డ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్ కానీ ఉంటే ఏదైతే లార్జెస్ట్ తీసుకుంటుందో దానిలో అది మారిపోతుంది. ఆ కేసులో మాత్రమే మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే టేబుల్లోకి మనం దీన్ని కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళగలుగుతాం. దిస్ ఇస్ అబౌట్ ద class today. Already in the last class we discussed about how the summary tables were behaving. Summary tables ని ఎలా బిహేవ్ చేస్తాయి ఏంటనేటువంటిది మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం, స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. దాన్ని మనం కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాం ఈరోజు కూడా. సమ్మరీ టేబుల్స్ మనం క్రియేట్ చేయడం కోసం టేబుల్ అనేటువంటి ఒక కమాండ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఆ టేబుల్ అనేటువంటి కమాండ్ ద్వారా సమ్మరీ టేబుల్స్ని మనం క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. వాటిని మనం ఏమంటున్నామంటే కంటింజెన్సీ టేబుల్స్ అంటాం. బేసికల్లీ 2 types ఆఫ్ సమ్మరీ టేబుల్స్ ఆర్ దే. కంటింజెన్సీ టేబుల్స్ అలాగే ఫ్లాట్ టేబుల్స్. వాటిని కాంప్లెక్స్ కంటింజెన్సీ టేబుల్స్ అంటారు. అంటే నార్మల్గా మనకు మ్యాట్రిక్స్లో ఉన్న వాల్యూస్కి సమ్మరీని ఇస్తుంది. లార్జ్ అమౌంట్స్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్ మన దగ్గర ఉంటే ఆ లార్జ్ అమౌంట్స్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్ మనం వ్యూ చేయడం అనేది కష్టం. అలాంటప్పుడు మనకి ఏంటంటే దాని సమ్మరీని ఒక టేబుల్ లాగా మనకు ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది. ఆ టేబుల్ నుంచి కూడా మనకి ఏమేమి వాల్యూస్ కావాలి, ఎలా కావాలి, ఏంటి అనేటువంటిది కూడా మనం ఈజీగా మనం స్పెసిఫై చేసుకొని మనం దాన్ని వర్క్ చేసుకునేటువంటి ఛాన్సెస్ ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద క్లాస్ టుడే. Okay, just we will discuss briefly again, once again, just starting from the slide. ఒకసారి బ్రీఫ్గా మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటాం. In this class, we started with the how we are creating the contingency tables. The table is the command. From that table, we are displaying the some contingency table like this. Now, this is about the how we are creating the complicated data, and this is about the complicated data we are creating by using the table command. Selecting columns to use in the contingency table. We can select the columns from the data frames. Same purpose also we are taking the columns. Now this is about the thing, table of PW dollar height comma PW dollar water. This is the same thing is prepared by using the with command also. It is very useful command. We are specifying with. Starting argument for this command is the data frame or matrix or something. Here we are applying the command. Table command is there. Just this command is applied basically for height and water. Now this is from the matrix object. Matrix objects నుంచి కూడా మనం ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాము కాంటిన్యూన్సీ టేబుల్స్ అనేటువంటిది ఇక్కడ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాము. Now matrix అనేటువంటిది ఏంటంటే it contains similar type of values. From that one we are easy to create the tables. Now this is about the table command for that one. Now here also we are specifying the table, especially for the matrices, dollar command does not work. This is rotating. Here we can easily transform or transpose from one argument to the another argument. That means one row to the column or column to the row. This concept is called as rotating data frames. Selecting parts of the table. Already we created tables from matrices, vectors or data frames. We can easily specify some sort of columns or some sort of rows from the tables also by using the selecting options based on the tables. Now these are the things. Here we can use the with command also. Here it is a table of height comma water. Now we can store this one. This is also performed based on this one. Here also we are only specifying the first 3 rows. Here just object is converted into the table. You can easily convert the objects from the table. In this concept, we can directly convert the matrices into the tables. We can easily convert the matrices into the tables, but we are unable to convert the data frames into the tables because every data frame is completely column based, not row based, or some set of similar values are not available in the data frame. Now, for that purpose, first of all, you want to convert the data frame into the table means first of all you have to convert the data frame into the matrix, and then you have to translate the matrix into the table. Now from the table we can apply some set of comments. Now this is about the creating the contingency tables based on the vectors, based on the matrices, and then how we are using or how we are converting everything we are discussing in this one. Now this is about the second chapter, first topic. ఇది రికార్డింగ్ ఆపేసేనా అయితే F8